Hello everyone, how are you today? My name is Bridget and I will be teaching you an all levels flow class today. So just some reminders before we get started to really be a good listener for your body today. If we're going through something and it's not working for you, please make sure that you honor pain and extreme sensation and pull back when you need to. Rest as much as you need to, and take this at your own pace. If you need to pause for a moment, get a glass of water, and come back and press play, then that's the nice thing about a recorded video as well. Hopefully you have found a nice space in your home that is free of too much clutter around you and you can really focus for just a little bit of time. And if you have a yoga mat, wonderful. If not, you can practice on a rug, you can practice on your floor. Just make sure it's somewhere that you would have good grip on. And if you have some props, that's wonderful as well. If you happen to have yoga blocks at your house, grab 2 of those. Or if you don't have yoga blocks, don't worry. Grab a couple of books, or maybe a couple of boxes of cereal, or even some soda bottles or milk bottles, and you can use those as makeshift blocks. Really kind of smart and handy around the house. And then if you happen to have a throw blanket or a pillow laying around, you can use that as well, just to give you a little extra cushion to sit on. So don't worry if you're not fully equipped at yoga at home with a yoga studio, you can still practice just as easy with us. So we're gonna begin just sitting for a moment. And you can find a cross-legged seat. If a cross-legged seat doesn't work for you, you're welcome to sit with the legs out. You're welcome to sit on your shins. It is your choice, whatever works. Your hands can rest on your thighs for just a moment, and we want to try to find a long, lengthened spine, creating some space for the diaphragm to move and for us to connect into our breath. So to start, you can either close your eyes or find a soft downward gaze. And then notice how you're breathing. Is that breath short, shallow, responsive of stress? Is the breath deep, lengthened, and already grounded? Neither one is right or wrong, just for now notice. And we'll let the natural progression of the practice today deepen our breath even more. So now just begin to notice your breath in your belly. And feel the rise and fall of the belly. The inhale moves the belly out and expands. The exhale softens the belly and releases. So we begin to allow some space for the diaphragm to move and the lungs to fill. And just for the next few moments, take those deep inhales and exhales. And now your eyes can either open or the gaze can lift. And if you're sitting in a cross-legged seat, let's just refresh that seat and switch the crossing. And so sit tall, sweep your arms all the way overhead. Clasp your hands and let's flip the palms up towards the sky, pressing through the palms. And feel the crown of your head reaching up towards the back of your hands. As we grow even longer, find a deeper breath through the ribs. And as you exhale, tip over to the right. Keep both hips grounded, and perhaps your head turns to look underneath your left arm. A couple of breaths here. And now inhale, come all the way back to center, turn the head forward, and exhale, tip over to the left.
Again, both sits bones are grounded, and we can maybe turn the head to look underneath the right arm. And one more time, big breath in to come back to center. This time we'll release the hands, and as you exhale, tip deeper over to the right into a little deeper side bend. And that left hip stays grounded, and once more the head can turn to look underneath the left arm. And then inhale, come back to center, arms sweep up alongside your ears. And as you exhale, the left hand goes down and we tip over to the left. And you can look underneath the right arm. And then one more time, coming back to center, sweeping the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, turn to the right for a twist. And the right hand goes back behind you. Your left hand crosses over. Take a big full breath in as you press into that right hand. And then as you exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. With your breath in, find a little bit more expansion, lift. As you exhale, see if you can twist just a little deeper. And now as you inhale, lift your right arm a little alongside your right ear. And as you exhale, tip your left shoulder towards your left knee so you're in a little side bendy twist. And then we'll cross that right arm over to the outside of the left thigh and round into the upper back. And then we'll sweep the arms all the way up as if you were taking off a t-shirt. And reach your arms forward, and then we'll shift to the back of the seat. And again, if your legs are crossed, we're just going to once more switch the crossing of the legs. Sweep your arms all the way up. Big full breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. And this time, the left hand comes behind you and the right hand crosses. And we inhale to grow taller. And we exhale to twist deeper and look over the left shoulder. And again, every inhale lengthens us a little bit more, and every exhale twists. And inhale, sweep your left arm alongside your left ear. Exhale, tip your right shoulder towards your right knee as you continue to look underneath your left arm. Big full breath in. Exhale, cross the left arm over, find the outside of the right thigh, and once more round into the upper back. And again, we'll trace the ribs, sweep your arms up alongside your ears. This time, backstroke your hands behind you, find the floor, and then roll your shoulders back and begin just to puff up the sternum, up towards the sky. And the head follows the direction of the sternum, so we keep the neck supported. Deep full breaths in, full breaths out. And then we'll just come back to center. Very nice. If you need to repeat that, you can stop, rewind, and come back and join us. All right, so now we will slide whatever blanket or cushion we have out from underneath us. And come on to hands and knees. Now when you sit up on hands and knees, we want the wrists directly under the shoulders, the knees directly under the hips, and a little wrapping of the front ribs towards each other. From here, start to inhale and lift the chest and tail, finding your cow back. And exhale, lift the belly, round the back, into your cat. Inhale to arch, cow back. And exhale to round, cat. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, pressing down into the hands. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. See if you can feel the hands dragging back. Exhale, press the hands forward to round. Good, and now let's find a nice long spine. So the crown of your head reaches forward, and your sits bones, which are the base of your pelvis, reach back. From here, extend your right leg back. Tuck your toes, and reach back through that right heel and through the crown of your head. And from here, we'll lift the right leg up. And then take the left arm forward into a balance. Breathing as you reach. place your left hand down, cross your right leg over to the left, tuck your toes, and then look over that left shoulder. See if you can see your right foot. So you get a deeper opening through the right side of the body. And then we'll bring the right leg back, right knee beside the left to hands and knees. Extend your left leg back, tuck the toes. And then begin to lift that left leg and reach your right arm forward. And the same wrapping of the ribs. Reach through your fingertips, reach through the back foot. And then place your right hand down. Cross your left leg over to the right. Tuck your toes and look over your right shoulder this time, trying to see the left foot. And then bring that left knee beside the right. Once more, finding hands and knees. Wag your hips a little from side to side. And then just back to center. Now this time we'll extend the right leg back once more. And the toes tuck and the heel reaches. Crown of your head reaches. And now spin your right heel to the left. Place the whole right foot down. Start to roll your right shoulder back and let that lift the right shoulder and then peel the right arm up. Now this left leg can tip back if you need it to, or it can stay wherever along this journey you find more helpful. Turn your chest towards your right palm and reach those right fingertips all the way up towards the sky. From here, we're going to take some circles with the right arm. And then circle the opposite direction. And now reach your right arm up. Turn your right palm to face overhead and sweep that arm up and over. Keep looking underneath the right arm and turn the chest as much as you can. Take a full breath in. And exhale, place the right hand down. Spin onto the ball of your right foot. And now we'll extend the left arm out to the side. No need to turn the chest. Just keep the chest facing down. As you exhale, thread that left arm under and see if you can come all the way down onto the shoulder. You can keep the right leg extended back, or you can lower the right knee down. And from here, keep your right hand down and roll the right shoulder back. And then you're welcome to play around a little, maybe lifting and wrapping the right arm, and maybe even floating the right leg. Don't worry if you wobble, just breathe. Ooh. And don't worry if you fall. Sometimes it happens, right? All right, so if you're still with me, we're gonna place the toes down, place your hand down, unthread your left arm. From here, step into plank pose. Feel those front ribs wrapping towards each other. The heels reaching back, the crown of your head reaching forward. Breathe. Now from here, let's just lower the right knee down so the left leg is already back behind us. Reach back through that left heel, reach through the crown of your head. Spin your left heel down, and then we'll begin to roll the left shoulder back, letting that left shoulder lift the left arm, and then the head turns last. And press into your right hand, find power and strength into the right upper arm. And from here, we'll circle the left arm. And then circle the opposite direction. And then reach your left arm up. Turn your left palm to face overhead and sweep that arm up and over. Really open up through the left ribs. And then you can turn your head and maybe the chest a little underneath the left arm. And take a big full breath in. As you exhale, place your left hand down, spin onto the ball of your left foot. With your inhale, sweep your right arm out to the side. Remembering to keep the chest facing down. And then exhale, thread that right arm under and see if you can lower onto the right shoulder. Remember that wobble gives us joy in our practice. And from here, you might start to lift the left arm and wrap it around. And you might even try that floating of the left leg. Breathing. And then place your left foot down. Unthread your left arm. Unthread your right arm. Coming back up onto the hands, and then once more step into plank pose. My heels are back behind my toes. My crown of my head is reaching forward. Take a big full breath in. And as you exhale, we're gonna lift up and back into downward dog. And you might need to bend the knees to find a little bit more length through the back. Just softening into the pose here. And then start to pedal the feet. Easy waking up into the backs of the legs. And from that pedaling, just let it naturally walk you to the top of the mat. And when you get to the top of the mat, bend your knees enough that you can fold over your legs. From here, we can grab opposite elbows. And you can take a little sway from side to side. Maybe a little nod of the head, yes. Shake of the head, no. Release your arms and slowly start to come up, rounding through the vertebrae, stacking them one by one. And when we find length, we find our Tadasana nice and tall. And in that Tadasana, feel your feet starting to press apart. So we begin to activate through the legs. Feel your kneecaps start to lift to activate the quads. Feel the hip flexors lift to activate all the way up through the front body. And your shoulders are on the back, and your crown of your head is lifted. A nice power mountain. From here, turn your palms out, and we'll lift the arms all the way up alongside the ears. And then exhale, open your arms and dive the chest forward, but don't take the arms back behind you. Let the arms stay in line with the shoulders. And then let your arms release down. Maybe you find blocks, so that when you lift and lengthen the chest, you're not reaching too far down. The shoulders can stay on the back. And then we exhale and release down. And then inhale, the arms come all the way out and up again. And exhale, float them down by your sides to Tadasana. So for this dive, we turn the palms out, externally rotating through the shoulders. Lift the arms up. And then we open the arms, palms facing forward for us to dive. And then release them down. Again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way out and up. And one more time, exhale them by your side. Good. Let's add on from there. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Good, maybe finding your blocks. We're gonna step the right leg back to a lunge. Nice big step, find nice long length in the legs. And start to feel your left foot pressing forward and your right foot pressing back. So we activate through the legs. So I don't even necessarily need my arms here. I'm gonna place my blocks off to the side and step into downward facing dog. Good, from here, shift forward to plank. And as you exhale, we'll lower knees, chest and chin to the mat. Snake forward, find your baby cobra, where just the chest lifts, the head lifts, and the shoulders roll on the back. And then tuck your toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. From here, lift your right leg into the air behind you. Exhale, bring the knee forward, scoop the belly, place your foot between your hands. You can again take your blocks if you like, and lower your left knee down. We're gonna shift forward into Anjaneyasana, but let the hips go first. So hips, then chest, maybe the hands, arms, and the gaze. And breathe. And then place your hands down, tuck your left toes, shift the hips back and lengthen that left leg. And then step into your right foot and place your left foot beside your right, folding over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale, let's just dive right back over the legs. This time we'll step the left leg back to a lunge. Coming onto the fingertips as the right foot presses forward, the left foot presses back, activating through those legs. And then placing the hands down, step your right leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg into the air. Exhale, bring your knee forward. Scoop your belly. Place your foot between your hands. You can take the blocks here and lower your right knee down. Shift your hips forward, lift the chest up. And then maybe you come up onto the thigh. Keep those hips shifting forward. Let the arms lift, the chest and the gaze last. And then place your hands down. Tuck your right toes. Shift the hips back to lengthen that leg. And step your right foot to meet your left. Fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, arms by your side. Good. Everybody still with me? Doing good? Okay. Remember, anytime you need to rest, you take that rest. Honoring your body and your practice. All right, let's keep this going. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, dive over your legs. This time we're going to step the left leg back to a lunge once more. Feel that right foot press forward, the left foot press back. And come all the way up to a high lunge. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Now we'll bring the palms together in front of your heart. Tip forward, reach through the crown of your head, reach back through that left heel. And then as you exhale, just turn to the right. See if your left elbow can meet the outside of your right thigh. And as you press the palms together, turn the chest to the right. Maybe the gaze follows. Good, take a big full breath in. As you exhale, place the hands down, and once more step to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Now this time, we shift forward, we bend the elbows just a couple of inches. Then sweep through with the chest and the hips. Find your cobra or even your upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take some deep, full breaths here. Good, and then lift that right leg once more behind you. This time, lift the right hip, bend your knee. Look underneath your left arm and see if you can see your right foot. Circle the ankle, other direction. And then extend that right leg. Place your foot to the outside of your right hand. And we'll lower the left knee down. Turn your right toes off of the mat. Keep your heel on. With the hips shifting forward, we'll come into lizard pose. Now, lizard options are to stay up or to lower onto your forearms. And if the forearms don't completely find the ground, blocks are a wonderful way to bring the ground to you. And then we just breathe here, letting those hips release. Good, and then come all the way back up onto your hands, and you can scoot your blocks away, shifting the hips back a little bit. Good, we'll tuck the left toes. Shift the hips back, lengthen the leg, and then place your left foot to the outside of your left hand, excuse me. Turn your left toes off, left heel stay on. And we're just gonna come into like a modified squat. So not as high, or not as low as Malasana. But we're gonna take the arms up and really work those legs. We can open the arms, find a little goddess pose here. Breathe. And then lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms. Turn your toes to face forward. Lower your arms down by your side. Bend your knees and step or hop your feet together. Stand nice and tall in your mountain. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, open the arms, dive forward over your legs. This time we step the right leg back to a lunge. And right away start reaching the left foot forward, the right foot back. And come up to a high lunge. The arms lift last. And then inhale, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Now bring those palms together. As you inhale, tip the torso. Keep reaching through your right heel. Keep reaching through the crown of your head. Exhale, turn to the left. See if the right elbow can find the outside of the left thigh. Press the palms together. Keep those feet pressing apart. Good, and then place your hands down and step to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, shift, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the left leg into the air. Lift your left hip, bend your knee. Look underneath your right arm and see if you can see your left foot. Circle the ankle. Other direction. And then nice big breath in. Exhale, place your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your right knee. Turn your left toes off of the mat. Heel stays on. Then we shift forward to come into lizard. Remembering that you can either stay up on your hands or you can lower onto your forearms. Maybe using blocks, maybe not. And deep breaths. And then coming all the way back up onto the hands. Shift your hips back. Place your blocks off to the side. Tuck your left toe or right toes. Reach through that right heel. Place your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Toes off the mat, heels on. Now, we're gonna come down into Malasana. And if you're like me, your hamstrings and your Achilles are a little tight. I'm gonna step my heels onto a block, a blanket, and I'm gonna sit onto a block. You can do this without these props and just come into the squat, or you can take support. Then our elbows come to the insides of our thighs. Chest lifts. We find deep, full breaths here. This is not about collapsing and rounding. This is about lift and length. Two more breaths. And then we place the hands down, lift the hips. If you're on a blanket, just step forward, turn your feet parallel, bend your knees, and roll up to stand. And then bend those knees and step or hop the feet together. Good. If you have props on your mat, just slide them off to the side. And now, we stand back in our Tadasana. From here, look at your feet. Make sure your heels are in line with the crease between your second and third toe. We stand tall, and then we bend both knees, bring the arms up, Utkatasana. And then take your palms together in front of your heart, tip forward, and once more twist to the right. Left elbow can come to the outside of the right thigh, and we're gonna try to keep the knees as close to side by side as possible, but that left knee can go forward like an inch. Then we turn. Good, now we're gonna look down at our feet. Start to shift the weight into the right foot, and slowly step the left foot back to a twisted lunge. Good, deep full twist, full breath. And then place your hands to either side of your right foot. Step your left foot halfway forward. Coming into pyramid pose, once more the option here. If your hands are not at the ground completely, we bring blocks so that the hands can rest, the shoulders can rest, and we can fold completely over. Now here, see if you can feel the right hip guide back, the left hip guide forward so that you're not kind of collapsing into that right hip, and then fold. And now as you inhale, bend your right knee. You can keep your hands on the blocks. We're going to step the left leg back to a low lunge. From here, shift into your right foot. Spin the left heel down. So a little lift of the left foot to place that heel down. Reach your left arm forward. Press into the feet to come all the way up and open, warrior two. Now, same concept of the feet here. Right foot pressing that way. Left foot pressing back that way. So we find this nice activation through the legs. Yeah? Then we lift all the way up through the torso, just like our Tadasana body, and the arms extend out. Gaze strongly over your right fingers. Good. You can take a little check-in of your right knee. Make sure it's tracking over the space between your second and third toe. Not all the way to the pinky toe, and not all the way to the big toe. But that space right in between, then we'll know that we're in good, proper alignment. From here, turn your palms up. Inhale, lengthen your right leg, lift your arms. Exhale, bend your right knee, open the arms wide. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Keep the feet pressing away from each other. Exhale, open. One more time, lift. And open. Good. Now from here, turn your right palm up. Tip up and over to the left. Good. And then start to lengthen that right leg. Keep the feet pressing away and reach the right fingertips away from the right toes. Good. From here, just lift the torso, open your arms wide. Take a big full breath in. As you exhale, tip your torso to the right and your hips to the left. And then just come back up, nice big breath in. Exhale, tip. Good, come all the way back up. One more time, tipping the torso to the right, hips to the left. Now we take our right hand down. It does not have to come all the way to the ground. In fact, we want to keep the right ribs lengthened, and that might mean you need to be a little higher up the leg today. Left arm directly out of the left shoulder. And your head can turn and look. Good. Feel those feet pressing apart and ground through your big toe on your right foot, protecting your right knee. And now bend your right knee, come back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to either side of that right foot, spin onto the ball of the left foot. Step into downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. And now bend your knees, look at your hands, and if you're in a place where you can ground into those hands, hop forward. Lengthen your spine, nice big breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Nice. All right, next side. We step forward. We find the feet at their nice parallel. Then bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Utkatasana. Bring your palms together, sit a little deeper, tip, then turn to the left. The right knee can go forward just about an inch to protect your SI joint on your right side. And then you turn and look up to the left. Good. And now we're gonna look down at our feet. Shift into the left foot and carefully and slowly step it back to a twisted lunge. Good, deepen, deepen, deepen. Nice, and then take your hands to either side of your left foot. Step your right foot halfway forward. Find those blocks if the hands don't find the ground. And then feel the left hip peeling back, right hip peeling forward, and fold over your left leg. All 10 toes are facing forward, so the feet are parallel, the hips are parallel. Your head is released. And now inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. Now, shift into that left foot, a little lift of the right foot to spin the right heel down. Reach your right arm forward, power up through those legs. Left foot forward, right foot back. Let that power bring you up to warrior two. Adjust your stance. Take a look at the left knee. Make sure it's tracking over the space between the second and third toe. Gaze over your left fingers. And one more thing I didn't point out last time, but feel those front ribs wrapping towards each other. Then we activate our transverse abdominis muscles and we support our spine. From here, palms turn up. Inhale, lengthen your left leg, lift your arms. Exhale, open the arms, lengthen the leg. Or bend the knee, excuse me. Inhale, lift the arms, lengthen the leg. Exhale, open the arms, bend the knee. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Good. Turn your left palm up. Tip up and over to the right, peaceful warrior. From here, lengthen that left leg and feel the left fingertips and the left toes reaching away from each other. Right foot presses to the back of the room. And then just bring the torso all the way up. Take a big full breath in. Exhale, tip to the left with the torso, hips to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, tip. Inhale up. Exhale, tip. Turn the body down. Left hand kind of floats and hovers. Right hand up, and then your head can turn. Keep those feet active and grounded to the left big toe mound. Good, and then bend your left knee, come back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to either side of your left foot. Spin onto the ball of that right foot and step back to downward facing dog. From here, you can take a flow if you'd like, and then we're just gonna meet up in a child's pose. The knees can go wide, the big toes come together. We shift the hips back, and then we rest the belly and the chest through the thighs. Good, and then just come all the way back up to hands and knees. Walk those knees back underneath the hips. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. Let's look through the hands, bend the knees, and if it's safe enough for you to do so, hop forward. Otherwise, walk. Inhale, lengthen the spine.
Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, find that Tadasana nice and tall. Good. Now I'm going to turn back to face you and we're going to come into tree pose today. So, tree pose is a standing balance, right? Now remember that balance does not mean stillness. Balance is working with the natural movement of your body. The way that the body needs to move to keep you upright, to keep you from falling. And by testing our edges, we learn what our body can do and we teach our body where it can go. So, let's stand into the left foot to start and bring the right knee up. Now, you have some options here. Your right foot, your right ankle can come to the left ankle, can come to the left thigh. We want to skip over the knee and it can go up to the inner thigh. This is my ankle that doesn't love me as much as the other one does. So we don't want to collapse into this hip. We want to keep lifted up and out of the pelvis. Palms together. See? You work with that, right? And you look straight ahead into a nice drishti. From here, we can lift the arms up. Nice. And maybe the chest lifts a little bit. You're still moving, you're still breathing. Yeah. And then we bring our palms back together in front of our heart and place the right foot down. Shake out that left leg, give the hips a little wag. Good. From here, we take the other side. So we'll shift into the right foot this time, left foot to the ankle, the calf, or all the way up into the inner thigh. And you'll see how different one side to the other is. Make sure your hips are facing forward. Make sure the left hip is released down. Make sure you're lifting up through the right hip as well. As I did all of those things, my body said, wait a minute. All right, then palms together in front of your heart. Lengthen up tall. Breathe. Front ribs wrapping towards each other. And then with the shoulders on the back, you can begin to lengthen your arms. You can begin to lift the gaze. And then palms can come back together in front of your heart. We bring the left knee into the chest. We place it down. And we do that little hip wag. Nice. Okay. So next, I'm going to recommend that you do this if you have a couch next to you, that you stand at the couch and you fold and you put just your forearms on the couch with your head maybe resting as well. It's nice and releasing. But if you're just standing in the middle of a room, fabulous. Great. We're going to step our feet nice and wide. Yeah. We're just going to take a nice big breath in. And as we exhale, we'll fold forward over the legs. Now, if your hands do not find the ground, once more, blocks or whatever your block, makeshift blocks might be, to allow the hands to rest down. The elbows can be bent, and you want your sits bones reaching up and the crown of your head reaching down. Deep, full breaths here. And then slowly bend your knees and start to just roll yourself up to stand. And then we can just bring the feet together and shake out the legs a little more. Awesome. Okay, let's have a seat and take a little stretches. So if you have that blanket that you were sitting on earlier, you can grab that again just to support the pelvis and sit a little taller. Then take the legs straight ahead in front of us into Dandasana. Keeping the feet active, knees and toes pointing up. Try not to press through the heels so much that the heels lift. That means that you're hyperextending in your knees. So the heels stay down, but both heels and balls of the feet press forward. Good, sit tall. And then we'll bring the right knee in towards the chest. Place that right foot down. Sit tall, press into the left foot. Let's lift the left arm. Bring your right hand down beside you. Big full breath in. As you exhale, walk that right hand back. Cross the left arm over. If the left arm doesn't want to cross, just give your knee a little hug. Then we inhale, grow taller, press into the left foot. Exhale to twist deeper to the right. Good, deep breaths in and out. Make sure you're sitting tall and not rounded into the back, but you're really using that right hand as a kickstand to keep you lifted. Good, and then we'll turn back to center. Open your right knee out to the side and place your right foot to your left inner thigh. Turn your chest just so that it's over your left knee, and then sweep your arms up. Nice big full breath in and keep the chest reaching forward as you fold. Forward, 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 forward. Reach the arms. You can find the foot, you can find the ankle, you can find the ground, and just release your head forward. Let your elbows bend wherever you are so that we release the space between the ears and the shoulders. Nothing gets too crunchy. And then slowly just walk your hands back and begin to roll up through your spine. Turn to center and let's extend that right leg beside the left. Shake them out for a moment. And then bring your left knee in. Good. Press into your right foot, sit tall. Place your left hand down beside you and the right arm lifts. Big full breath in. Exhale to walk the left hand back. Cross the right arm over or find that hug of the knee. Big full breath in to lengthen. Exhale to twist. And when we twist, we take our head last so that the chest leads the twist and the lower back doesn't get overtaxed. So you can always double check that by looking over the opposite shoulder, finding the twist, and then turning your head. And then turn back to center. Open your left knee out to the side. Place your left foot to your right inner thigh this time. And turn your torso, your sternum directly over the right knee. Press through that right foot. Lift your arms, lengthen all the way through the chest. And then reach your chest forward as you fold. And you might find the foot, you might find the ankle, you might just find the ground. Release and fold to whatever depth your body is available to today. And then again, slowly just roll yourself all the way up to sit. Good. Let's bring both knees in and take the soles of your feet together into Baddha Konasana. Good. You take the feet in only the amount that your knees can stay in line with your hips. Yeah? If you're like this, then your feet need to go forward a little bit more. It means there's some tightness left in the hips, which is totally great. Bring your hands to your knees. And let's take some circles around into the pelvis, just easy, slow circles. Waking up, softening in. And then circle the opposite direction. And then sit tall, and wherever you are, we're going to take the feet out just a little bit more to Tadasana. So we can really just soften and fold out over the legs. Keep the chest reaching forward towards the toes so that you don't round into the back, and you can shift into the pelvis more, and then fold. And release head, release elbows, release shoulders. Breathe deep. And then once more, we just roll up through the spine, coming all the way up to sit. Take a hold of the outsides of the thighs and bring the knees together. Good. And now, lie on your back. And we'll just have the knees bent and the feet on the mat. With your arms down by your sides, we're just gonna move through some rolling bridges. So as you inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips. And as you exhale, slowly release the hips as if they wanted to touch your heels so that you lengthen through the back. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep the nose pointing up towards the sky. And now we add in some arms. Lift your hips, let your arms float overhead. Exhale, release the hips, and the arms come down. Keep both feet grounded the whole time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. And now bring your right knee into your chest. And just take a little hug of that right knee. And maybe some circles. And the opposite direction. Good, and then we'll place the right foot down, bring the left knee in, hug that knee, and then circles. Just isolating into the hip joint, and the opposite direction. Good, and then just place the left foot down. Open your arms out to the sides. Big full breath in. And as you exhale, tip your knees over to the left. Keep your right shoulder grounding into the mat. And then your head can carefully lift and turn to the right. And feel the deep breath from the right shoulder, down through the right ribs, into the right hip. And now bring your head back to center first. Bring your knees back to center next. Big full breath in. Exhale, the knees tip to the right. And this time the left shoulder stays down. And your head can lift and turn to the left. And those deep breaths go from the left shoulder to the left ribs to the left hip. And then once more, the head comes to center. The knees come to center. And so from here, we move into Shavasana. So you begin to bring the legs forward and lower your arms down by your side. And find a weight and ground through the body. Let every physical holding go. Let your mind just simply watch your breath. And
If that mind wants to get pulled away, just bring it back. Back to the breath, back to this present awareness. Finding a softness within that awareness for your Shavasana. And begin to deepen into your breath. Let your awareness expand to the space around you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach your arms overhead and take a full stretch, yawning stretch. And as you exhale, roll to your right side, letting the knees bend carefully and rolling over. And then use your left hand to press yourself slowly up to sit, rolling up through the spine. And let's once more find a seat together. Your eyes can once more either close or find that soft downward gaze. Remembering that even when we're practicing distantly, we are still community. We are still this collected Sangha. No matter where in the world we are, no matter if we're in a space together or seeing each other through a screen, the love stays the same. The connection into one another, into this world, stays the same. And by connecting our breaths and our hearts together, we can remind each other. So thank you so much for letting me guide you today.
Let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts, bowing our heads with gratitude. May all beings be happy and free. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. I wish you peace, love, and light always, and a connection deeply into that divine light within you. Namaste.